appointment also is so challenging. We have to wait for 3 4 months. So if we really take care of our issues, and when they are acute, when they just started, then you can prevent most of those things with Ayurvedic and all. So I would strongly recommend whatever you hear or listen in these seminars and all, try to follow those guidelines, follow those tips. So that will help you tremendously. Okay. So before we begin, I always like to do some pranayam. So I want all of you to close your eyes and take a deep, long breath with each inhalation. Balloon the belly. With each exhalation, pull the belly in. Again, inhale and balloon the belly. And exhale, pull the belly in. And continue breathing. And notice that when you inhale, when the balloon the belly, the body feels little tense. And during exhalation, when you pull the belly in, body is completely relaxed. Now observe your mind. And mind always flows with the breath. So when your breath becomes rhythmic, the mind becomes more peaceful and calm and clear. And it gets focused. And in that peace, let me chant Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. God, lead me from asat to sat, so unreality to reality, from darkness to light, from mortality to immortality. May there be peace, peace, and peace in the universe. And keeping this peace within, gently open your eyes. And namaste, everybody. And this is the spring season. So I picked this topic, sneeze the seed. Seize the sneeze with Ayurveda, because there are millions of people who are having problems with allergies, congestion, and all, and they end up taking anti-allergy medication, antihistaminics, and all. But still, the problem doesn't go away, and there are always the side effects of all those medications and all. So today let us see what we can do ayurvedically to prevent those problems, and if you have those issues, then how to take care of those ayurvedically, because these are all the natural means, so there are no side effect or least side effects, I would say. So let me share my presentation with you. Seize the sneeze with Ayurveda, and literally the spring is in the air. There is beautiful flowers blooming, and all the trees are again full with millions of tiny leaves dancing with the wind and all. But many people are having all those allergy symptoms, and instead of enjoying the spring, they just constantly see they get up with sneezing and runny nose, watery eyes, their ears start aching, they get congestive headache, all the sinuses are full, they may get some fever, may flu-like symptoms, sore throat, cough, bronchitis, asthma. There are long list of all these symptoms, and they may feel very kind of not very serious symptoms, but that literally ruins our whole day, because we all have experienced how we feel when we are so congested. So let's see how we can take care of all this congestion thing. And we have many questions during these times. And people always ask me that what happens around like March, April, and why we start sneezing and sniffling every year. And generally, we hear about the answer is the pollen. So, pollen is the cause of all the allergies or ragweed or so many. There are allergens and they cause the allergy. That's what we always hear about it. So, it's something different, but we never kind of own those kind of things. Then why do I wake up with frequent sneezing? And this is very true that the sneezing always happens the moment you wake up. People wake up with all these sneezes and all. They sneeze maybe 100 times more, even more time. Constantly the nose is running. They feel so stuffed up, so congested and all. Then as day goes by, they start feeling little better, and same thing happens again in the evening. So why all these kind of things happen during morning time or evening time? And one of my friend also asked me, where does this phlegm come from? I have been blowing it out. I'm kind of wasting that whole tissue box, and still that mucus and the phlegm and all this water is coming out from where? I really don't know. So tell me Ayurvedically what is happening and all that. And what can we do besides taking anti-allergy medication? Because that's the first line of treatment is take antihistamine or anti-allergy medications. But those medications have many side effects like drowsiness, dizziness, dry mouth, then so many other problems also, the confusion and all. So what can we do besides all those anti-allergy medicines? And does our food have anything to do with this? So I'm going to answer all these questions. And if you have any question, write that down in the chat. So at the end, I will answer all those questions. Okay. So we always go to Ayurveda. And what is the root of Ayurveda is three doshas. And those three doshas are kind of the basic or the foundation of Ayurveda. And if you see in the nature, during around all the seasons, that's what we see. In Marathi, we call the Paus, Vara, and Un. Paus is the rain or the water energy. The wind, Vara is the wind energy, and the Un, that is the sun energy or the heat energy. So any changes in the nature during every season, that's what we see, that these energies become predominant during certain season. During summer, springtime, late winter and spring, it's the water energy is predominant because it rains a lot, snows a lot. So there is more moisture or humidity in the nature. During summer, 1 minute, let me stop this. During summertime, what happens? Temperature rises. We all know this global warming, the temperature in Texas used to be like 110, now it's 120, and so. So everywhere it is happening. The icebergs are melting, the level of ocean is slowly going to increase, and all that. So there is a heat energy which is predominant during summertime, and in fall and early winter the weather becomes very very windy, so wind energy is predominant in all those seasons. And because nature, we are part of the nature, we always say as above so below, or macrocosm and microcosm. So we are microcosm of this whole universe. So the same three energies work in our body, And all these three energies are present in every system, in every cell and every tissue. So they are overall in every cell in the body. So mainly the water energy, it is mainly the nourishment, nourishing all the cells and tissues, lubricating the system so they function at the optimum level and all is important function. And that is mainly done by this water energy. In Ayurveda, we call kapha dosha. Then during summertime, what happens? Heat energy becomes predominant. uh, you heard me talk about last month about Agni. Agni, that is also the energy, the digestive power in our system and all. That is Pitta is Agni is resides in Pitta. So the Pitta energy main function of that is metabolism or maintaining the body temperature, our vision, our luster of the skin, thinking, any change, any transformation that happens because of this pitta dosh or the heat energy. And the third important energy is the vata dosh. That is, the vata is like a wind, the movement, our physical movements, our nerve impulses, like millions of miles of nerve impulses going throughout the body. So all that is function of vata dosha. So what happens when, and these doshas are related to the season. I mentioned to you that kapha dosha is related to late winter and spring. Pitta dosha is mainly predominant during summertime, and vata dosha is predominant during fall and early winter. But every day, every season, all the three are present, but whatever is predominant, that we call as a season. So, looking at these, what do you think? Which dosha may be responsible for all our symptoms of congestion and cold and watery eyes and runny nose and all that? So, you can see, must be the water energy because it's excessive water in our system. And that's what happens during the late winter and springtime. And related to that dosha is the kapha dosha. So Ayurveda always says this, rogastu dosha vaishamyam, dosha samyam arogata. So these dosha, these energies are important because they govern the optimum function of all the systems. But when these doshas aggravate, when they become imbalanced, when they increase, then they cause the problem. And dosha samyam arogata. That means when these doshas are in balanced state, it is health, it is arogya, that is swasthya, or that is our true health. So maintaining those doshas into balance is very, very important. You can see in this picture, this is the water energy in the balance, but when here you are seeing that there is a flood and that house is also kind of carried away with that excessive water, that is imbalance. So we don't want those imbalances to happen in our body. So we need to maintain the balance like this picture here. Or there is the fire or the heat energy. But if it's a towering inferno, something is burning, this building is burning here. But a lot of people also feel that burning in their body and all. That means their pitta energy is out of balance, causing the diseases. So the energies stay the same vata pitta kapha, but their qualities increase or decrease based on what we do or the what season it is and all. So it is very, very important that we keep them into balanced state. Then in the fall also, the wind energy is important because it's the movement, it's the nerve impulses and all. But you can see if that wind is blowing like 100 miles per hour and all, so what will happen? Same thing when Vata dosha aggravates in our body, then people start getting all the restlessness, um, rest leg, leg syndrome, or their mind start racing. All those start fidgety movements, all those start things happening if these doshas go out of balance. And how do they go out of balance? The qualities. Qualities are very, very important. The gunas, the qualities. So kapha dosha, like water energy, kapha is heavy, cold, moist, and static. So these are the kapha qualities, and we want to maintain that into balanced state. Pitta dosha qualities are light, hot, moist, and mobile. And vata dosha is light, cold, dry, and mobile. So you can see that I have written heavy in red letters. Kapha is only heavy. Pitta and vata are light. Pitta is only hot and vata is only dry. So most of the symptoms we see because of these aggravated doshas are because of all these qualities in them. So we want to maintain those qualities. And that's what with Ayurvedic herbs or with the diet, with the lifestyle, we try to maintain these dosha qualities into balance to prevent the disease or even take care of the disease ayurvedically. So these qualities are very, very important. And this one liner, you will see, this whole Ayurvedic text has so many one liners, but one can write a whole book with all this. Rogast dosha vaishamyam, dosha samyam, arogata. Very, very important. Then what is the culprit? Now you must have understood that I mentioned to you that the kapha dosha or the water energy is the related to mainly all the symptoms of runny nose, congestion, watery eyes, middle ear problems, bronchitis, asthma and all. So we want to keep this kapha dosha into balance. We cannot completely get rid of it because it has important function. So we have to maintain that into balance. And always remember what are the qualities of kapha dosha? Like it is moist, heavy, cold, and sticky. And think about your symptoms. How does your head feel? It feels congested, it feels very heavy. You always feel very cold. Your mucus and phlegm is so sticky and all. So these qualities increase during your allergy symptoms and all. So we want to create balance with those. Then you will also feel that why is chest affected so much? Upper respiratory system and chest. Why do we have all those symptoms here? So Ayurveda has described all these five types, different types of kapha dosha, five types of pitta dosh, and five types of vata dosh. So here today we are talking about kapha dosh. So what is main function of kapha dosh is the lubrication and the nourishment. So in the lungs, there is one kapha dosh is called, it is avalambaka kapha, and that protects and nourishes all our respiratory system and cardiovascular system. There is one in the brain, it is called tarpaka kapha. That is our cerebrospinal fluid, nourishing our brain cells. There is one in the mouth in the form of saliva that we call as a bodhaka kapha, which helps to recognize the taste and keep our mouth, oral cavity moist so we can enjoy food, we can know the flavor of the food and all that. There is one kapha in the stomach called kledaka kapha, which kind of protects your digestive system. Otherwise, there are so many acids in the system, and those acids will burn and create ulcers. But to protect it, there is one kapha called Kledaka kapha, and the fifth kapha is called Shleshaka kapha, that is in the joints. So lubricating joints, we call synovial fluid. So that is the Shleshaka kapha in the joints. So those are kind of the main locations of this kapha dosha. But among all these five, this avalambaka kapha in the chest is very, very important, or it is number one. And why? When we are sleeping, we are not doing any movement and all, we are completely resting. But even at sleep, our heart is functioning, our lungs are functioning 24/7. Their heart is constantly beating, your lungs are expanding, contracting and all. So that function is happening, and if we want to keep those two important systems completely in balance, then there is a kapha dosha, and that kapha dosha is avalambaka kapha. That's why it has the major importance for this our respiratory system and cardiovascular system both. And that's what we get more upper respiratory problems or in the chest, all the cough and congestion, bronchitis and all. That is because of the kapha dosha in the chest is affected, and that is causing the problem. So now your question may be, why do we get these symptoms worse during springtime? So I mentioned to you this kapha has all the three doshas have relationship with the season. Kapha is predominant during late winter and spring. And that's what we see. In the northern states, it snows a lot. In everywhere else, it rains a lot. So during springtime, late winter and springtime, the kapha dosha is increasing in the body, and when the weather in March April starts warming up, that kapha dosha start dissolving, and you start getting all the spring allergies and mucus and congestion and sneezing and all. So that is the main reason of having these allergies during the late winter and spring season. But mainly you see the symptom during spring, but kapha is accumulating in your system during late winter. So after Christmas is over, beginning of the year, I want all of you to start eating, drinking anything cold and try to. I'm going to give you many tips. So start following that kapha balancing lifestyle beginning January, February. So in March, April, May, you will not see your symptoms getting worse during those seasons, and you will feel so much better, so you can prevent those allergies. So the question about is why allergies are worse in spring, that is mainly it is the kapha time. Then you may feel, why are the symptoms in the morning? Why do I sneeze? Why I wake up and sneeze? Again, in Dinacharya, you might have seen that Ayurveda has divided that whole day into these 6 quadrants. And in the morning after sunrise for 4 hours, it is the kapha time. And naturally, when it's the kapha time, your kapha is going to get aggravated. So you are having symptoms, sneezing, sniffling, runny nose and all, worse in the morning time. Then is the pitta time. You know, pitta is the heat. So that heat then starts kind of balancing this kapha dosha. So you don't see that your symptoms getting better or they are not worse during this time. But again in the evening, after sunset, that the kapha time begins and you start getting the second wind of all your allergies. So here you will get the answer of your question, why do I wake up with sneezing in the morning? And no wonder, because those two are the times of kapha dosha predominance, and that's where you get the symptoms worse. But does it mean that you have to suffer? No. If you follow Ayurvedic tips, you can prevent those symptoms, getting those symptoms during those periods also. And that's what that's the beauty of Ayurveda is, it recommends and answers all the questions. Why is this happening in spring? Why is this happening morning, evening, and all that? And what can we do to prevent all those problems? Very interesting. Then one more Ayurvedic thing, we can direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails. So if you are in the boat in the ocean, and when you want to go to certain direction, then the wind is blowing, the mother nature, we cannot change the mother nature, but what we can do is adjust the sail of the boat so you can go in whichever direction you want. The same way, we can't control the change in the season, but we can create the balance with the season by opposite qualities. Always remember, you have to use the opposite qualities to balance the qualities. Right now, today we are talking about kapha dosha. So we need to balance those kapha qualities. Again, one liner in Ayurveda. Ayurveda uses nature's wisdom. What is nature's wisdom? Vruddhi samanaihi sarvesham viparitaihi viparyaya. That means like increase like, and opposite balance each other. So you can see, if you have a cold and if you take anti-allergy medication with ice cold water, that ice cold water is going to make your allergies worse. So it's not only what you are taking, but you are drinking cold water with that. Cold and cold is going to make your congestion worse. It's going to increase cold quality and going to make your congestion worse. If you're taking allergy medication and you, okay, I'm going to eat my cheeseburger or something which is very heavy to digest, you are going to get, again, your allergy won't get better, because remember, these qualities you are increasing with your food or lifestyle, and that happens, your allergies will never get better. But here Ayurveda is telling you the simple rule, and this is literally like a second or third grader will also tell you what is opposite to heavy is light, what is opposite to cold is warm. But nobody tells us that we need to use that in our daily practice to balance these qualities of doshas, and then you will feel better. You can see that kapha quality is moist, heavy. How does your feel feels? Very heavy and congested. You get cold and cough and all that. So cold quality is increased, heavy quality is increased. Mucus is very, we know that it is very sticky and moist. So all these qualities have increased. Then what Ayurveda says? Viparitahi viparyaya. So opposite qualities balance these aggravated qualities. So opposite to moist is dry, opposite to heavy is light, opposite to cold is warm, and opposite to sticky is rough. So very simple. These are the qualities. Now we have to see how we can increase these qualities, dry, light, warm, and rough, so we can see our kapha stays in balance and we feel better. So think about anything. And I've seen the young kids, school going kids, they're still drinking ice cold water and all those icy cold juices and all. Even the weather is spraying, no matter what season it is, they don't change their eating habits. And what we do, we only change our clothes, but we never change the qualities in the food. And in Ayurveda, we always say this is a wrong food. Wrong is a relative word. If in cold season, if you're drinking cold milk, it is wrong. So as it is cold milk wrong? No. But in cold season, if you drink cold milk, it is wrong. If you are going to drink water with full of glass full of with ice, it is wrong. So wrong and right are kind of relative terms. You can use cool water during summertime because summer is hot. But when the season is cold, like fall, spring, winter, and all, and if you're drinking cold liquids, cold juices during that time, then that's the wrong food to that season. So that's what I have explained many times. Ayurveda always talks about Rutucharya. You need to change according to the season. And today we are talking about spring season. And the qualities of kapha dosha here I told you again: moist, heavy, cold, and sticky. Anything you do with these things, your symptoms are going to get worse. If you follow these dry, light, warm, rough, that is become the treatment for your allergy things. So ice cream, again, it's cold, it is heavy. Yogurt, I have seen many people eating yogurt because for their allergy problems, because they say it has vitamin C. But remember, even vitamin C or whatever, the coldness in the yogurt, the stickiness in the yogurt is going to make your allergies worse. Consistency of the yogurt is exactly like your mucus. It is very cold, it is very sticky, it is very moist. So if you eat yogurt and if you eat it in the morning for breakfast, that's the worst thing you can do. So am I saying that yogurt is bad? No, but when you are eating it, what season you are eating it makes all the difference. Again, remember, right and wrong foods depends on which season we are using. Okay? Then cheese. Cheese also is very, very heavy, so difficult to digest, and that is going to aggravate your kapha dosha. So this is into allergy producing food and lifestyle section. Heavy foods like fried foods, pasta, red meat. And literally, nobody tells us that we need to change the food every season. I would strongly recommend take a hint from your clothes and start changing the qualities in your food, and you will notice your symptoms get better, because most of the time the cause of the disease is these wrong foods or wrong lifestyle. Heavy foods, fried food. In Diwali, during winter time and all, we recommend eating little fried food. In Diwali, we eat lot of fried food. We get oil massage, abhyanga and all that, because that season is very dry. And that's what we want, that little bit oil, more oil. But during springtime, if you eat fried food, that is not a good idea. Why pasta is bad? If you don't put so much cheese, if you add some chili flakes on it, and if you add some vegetables on it, it's not that bad. But putting so much cheese, look here, so much cheese, so many tomato sauce and lot of meat and all, then it becomes very very heavy food, and red meat and all that. So again, the heavy quality, cold quality, moist quality, that is aggravating your mucus, aggravating your kapha dosha. Candies, desserts, salty junk food. Salt, also salt, sour, and sweet taste aggravate kapha dosha. Candies are sweet, desserts are also sweet, and most of the desserts we eat cold, so that is also worse. Salty junk food. So salt also makes you retain water and worsens the symptoms of congestion. So you can think about why we say no to these foods, because that is aggravating the qualities of kapha dosha and your allergy symptoms. Then lifestyle. Going out in the cold environment without the jacket. So if the, as I said, that you cannot control the season, but you can balance the qualities with the changes in diet and lifestyle. I have seen my grandkids going to school in their shorts, without wearing any sweater, without covering their head, covering their ears and all that. And within few days they come and they start getting all these allergy symptoms and cold and congestion and all. Here also in this picture you will see people don't care. They are wearing shorts and all even in springtime. But definitely that is a no-no according to Ayurveda, because it's going to increase the cold environment, increase the cold quality of kapha dosha. Then congestion and cough and all. See, cold temperature in the office and school. That I also noticed when my kids used to go to school. Even during summertime, they used to take sweater with them, and they said, "Mom, in school they keep the temperature 60 degrees, so all the children will stay awake in school and all that." Even air conditioner at the offices also is very very low, so the temperature is very cold. So you cannot control that, but you can wear a sweater, you can wear a jacket, you can cover your ears with a muff or something. So that is kind of balancing those qualities. Then swimming in the cold water, in cold weather, again, cold increase cold. Now you can see how in everything we always go back to the qualities and how those qualities are aggravating our symptoms. So is swimming bad? Swimming is bad during springtime. Swimming is not bad during summertime, because summer is hot. Definitely you can swim in cool water. But if you are swimming in this cool, cold water during springtime, that will cause you the problem. So again, I'm saying these qualities and everything, even the foods, their right and wrong are relative. Which season you use makes all the difference. Then what are the Ayurvedic tips for allergies? Spice up your life. So why spice up your life, and what are the spices we use? Like ginger, black pepper, cloves, garam masala, cinnamon, or ajwan. All those spices have, because they are pungent in taste. Here it says the pungent in taste. And why these tastes are good? Pungent, bitter, astringent, because pungent is made up of panchamahabhutas, that is fire and air. Fire is hot, air is dry, which are exactly opposite to the kapha dosha. Bitter is made up of air and ether or the space. So air also is cold and space is kind of drying, and that's what it is good to balance the kapha dosha. And astringent is the among all the tests astringent. If you eat like a lemon peel, banana peel, your mouth gets kind of puckered. That is astringent taste. Tura, or in Marathi we call turat. So this astringent taste is the most drying taste, and most of our symptoms are very runny nose, watery eyes related to water. So the astringent taste also is better to balance all these symptoms of kapha dosha. And cut down on sweet, sour, salty, because sweet has mahabhuta, is earth and water. So earth and water, earth is heavy, water is liquidy. So exactly like kapha qualities. Sour taste also has earth, and it has some fire, but it also has earth element, and salty also has water element, and that's why this sweet, sour, salty taste aggravate kapha dosha, and pungent, bitter, astringent taste balance kapha dosha, because there is no earth or water taste in this has more fire and wind and fire and air qualities in this taste, and that's what it is balancing kapha dosha. And that's what we always recommend. Stay away from candy, stay away from sweets. You ate enough sweet during Christmas time and Diwali time and all that. But spring is not the season to eat all those sweets or even sour fruits, salty junk food and all, because they aggravate your symptoms of kapha dosha and allergies. Now you can see when I'm talking about the qualities, you can see all these foods are the examples, but we are always looking at the qualities of that. Favor grilled, baked, or broiled veggies or meat. Why? What does grilling do? Grilling makes food dry. Baking also makes food dry. Broiling also takes away the water from the food. So those kind of qualities are better instead of making your sabjis and all with lot of gravy or lot of sauce to that. I would recommend make more of grilling, baking, or broiling. That is better because it's kind of dry to balance the kapha symptoms. Then favor warm and dry food like a toast. Toast is always dry, toast is warm, and toast is light. So all the qualities are exactly opposite to the kapha dosha, and that's why toasted bagel, toasted muffin, toast like a simple toast and all, those are better foods for you. Then sandwich, also in this sandwich you can toast the bread, you can put like hot chutney inside, which gives the pungent and all those things. Don't put so much cheese and red meat and all, but you can eat light meat, but add some spices to that, and that sandwich becomes good for during the springtime. Or in thali peet or khakra, dosa with chutney, not with sambar and all, but with hot chutney. These are kind of the examples which are better foods because they are warm and more drying foods. They are not very moist foods. You may feel, for example, oatmeal. Most of the people eat oatmeal. Nothing wrong in oatmeal, but oatmeal, when you cook it in water or milk, it becomes sticky, it becomes heavy. So we never recommend that during springtime, and especially if you're suffering from all these allergy symptoms and all, I would recommend you to avoid all those things. Even small, less pulpy fruit. If you are eating like melons, if you are eating mangoes, if you are eating bananas and all, so those fruits will aggravate your mucus and congestion, because banana and all is very sticky and very sweet. If you eat melons, melons are very cooling fruits, very watery foods. They will be worse during this time. But cherries, berries, and all the tiny fruit, and they are not very, very, very sweet. So they have more astringent taste and all that. So these are kind of the better quality foods to prevent allergies. So here in all these examples, what I'm explaining it to you is we are focusing more on dry quality, light quality, and warm quality of all these foods. So they will kind of try to balance your kapha dosha, and you may feel, oh, just changing these qualities, that is help. It definitely helps. It helps 100%. When people with allergies come to me and they ask me, Dr. Apte, you're telling me to eat a toast sprinkled with some chili flakes or black pepper on it. Ooh, how is it going to taste? And next month they come and they said, oh, I love that toast. And my congestion is almost gone in the morning. So when you experience all these things, when you make use of this food during certain seasons and all, you will definitely see the difference. Okay? It's very, very important. Then food choices for the allergies. So here I just wanted to give you the example. Breakfast food. We want to focus more on light, warm food. So toast and egg. You can just make egg omelette or something if you want to eat egg, but eat with the toast, or toasted bagel, English muffin, pohe, khakra. So these all foods are drying. They are not very moist like milk and cereal or milk and oatmeal and those kind of things. So these are kind of drying breakfast. Lunch, chapati, bhakri, sabji, with sabji, again sabji, make it more kind of drying. Don't make it with lot of sauce, gravy, and all those kind of things. Then chicken, turkey, fish sandwich, but sprinkle more spices on that. Then you can use mustard. Here, a lot of people use mustard sauce or some kind of sauce. So those sauces are better because they're pungent in taste. Again, jawar is cooling in nature, bajra is heating in nature or warming in nature. So season wise, we always recommend to make bhakri and all with different either jawar, bajra and all those kind of things based on the season. Then eat seasonal veggies. Let me tell you, we call nature as our mother nature, and mother nature produces the right fruits and vegetables during these seasons. So we cannot control the change in the nature, but if you start eating seasonal fruits, seasonal vegetables, then you are doing much good for your body, because Mother Nature knows it all and it produces the right foods for us during each season. So peas, beans, or kohlrabi, cauliflower, these are not very heavy vegetables. They are not very sweet. Then radish, Brussels sprouts, you will see there is little bitter taste, little bit pungent taste and all in all these vegetables. So they are ideal to eat during the springtime. Then snack, I would recommend eat only 3 meals and don't snack anything in between. But berries, tiny berry, if you feel very hungry, if you're pitta and you have to eat something, then bowlful, small handful of bowlful of berries will be good choice, or handful of roasted chana. You may feel that why it's special in chana, because chana has astringent taste in it, so it becomes drying. So if you have lot of congestion, then roasted chana, handful of roasted chana will help you to dry all that excessive mucus and all in your system. Then drink lukewarm water or herbal teas. When you're drinking water, drink always lukewarm, or the best thing is to you can drink herbal teas. And again, water energy, kapha dosha is water energy. So I will recommend you not to drink too much water. These days people think that they have to drink like 12 glasses, 16 glasses of water, which is not required for the body. And especially during springtime, I will strongly recommend don't drink that much. 6 to 8 glasses is plenty of water for you, but mainly lukewarm water. If you don't like the taste, squeeze a lemon. You can add mint leaves. You can add tulsi leaves. You can add basil leaves. You can add maybe cinnamon stick or pinch of ginger powder, whatever to flavor that water. But drink lukewarm water, or even herbal teas are even better. So you can again see, I have given you different examples of how you can change food balancing to kapha dosha during springtime. It's more kind of drying, warm, and light in nature. Then allergy special lifestyle. Again, Ayurveda is generally when we hear about lifestyle, we hear 4 5 things. Is limit your drinking, stop smoking, eat right, and exercise more. But what is eat right? And here I am explaining to you eating right based on each season. What I already talked about, that is ideal for spring season. When we transition to summer season, we have to eat pitta balancing foods, cooling foods, stay away from spices. And you may feel, oh, Dr. Apte, you said spice up your life, but during springtime, not during summertime, because summer is hot and spices increase heat in the body. So we need to change. So spices become wrong during summertime and spices are right during springtime. Then do lot of aerobic activity. And what happens with the aerobic activity? It increases your body heat. It creates lightness in the body. Again, it is opposite to kapha qualities. Kapha is heavy, kapha is cold. So exercise helps to balance those qualities. Then wear warm but light clothes. And think about this, your spring jacket is warm, but it's not heavy like your winter jacket. Your winter jacket is warm, but it's very heavy. You want to bury underneath that weight. But during springtime, your jacket is warm but light in nature. Then cover your ears with the earmuffs in the morning, especially because it is the kapha time. And if you have to leave home in the cold weather, then you need to protect your ears. Then wear yellow, gold, or light orange color clothes because they absorb some heat. They are not very heating like black color or red color and all, but they absorb some heat, and that much heat is enough to balance kapha dosha. So you can see how Ayurveda is going deep down into even what kind of clothes you can wear and what colors you can use during that time. Even you can change your interior decoration, have more yellow pillows, you can have yellow flowers in your house, you can burn different spicy candles in your house to spice up your environment. Then do pranayam, especially Kapalabhati. Here is the example of Kapalabhati pranayam and all. So you can see how the belly is moving in and out during Kapalabhati, inhalation and exhalation. It's very, very, both these Kapalabhati, Basika pranayams are very powerful and they increase a lot of heat in the body. They completely clear your respiratory system. They create lightness in the body. They improve your digestion, help your elimination. It helps to calm your mind down. So I can tell you the benefits. I can keep going with all the benefits of these two pranayams, but they are ideal during summertime because they clear your lungs and they increase heat in the body. Then use neti pot. A lot of people use these days to clear their upper respiratory passage and clear their nostrils and all. This neti pot also is very, very beneficial. Or in Ayurveda, we have special oil called anu oil. So the sesame oil is cured in different hot spices or hot herbs. And we put like 5 drops of that oil in one nostril, massage that side and put 5 drops in the other nostril and massage your forehead, your cheeks and all. So that oil reaches all your sinuses and all, and it clears your upper respiratory tract and you start feeling better, you start breathing better and all that. I create this oil and a lot of my clients buy from me this Anu oil or Nasya drops and all that. So you can see I'm not talking about drinking and smoking and all that, but here I'm telling you all these things you can increase the body heat, create lightness in the body, and create the qualities opposite to kapha dosha. So you will start feeling better. Then here are some herbal teas for your allergies. Herbs and especially the spices have fire and air qualities. Fire quality is heating, opposite to cold, and air quality is drying, opposite to sticky and moist and all. So these spices are better during springtime. So ginger tea, this is my favorite. 1 teaspoon of fresh ginger with 1 tablespoon honey and squeeze half the lime or lemon juice in a glass of lukewarm water and take it on empty stomach in the morning especially. That also reduces your congestion, it improves digestion, and also helps you to lose weight. So I will strongly recommend, any of you have allergies, try drinking this ginger tea and you will really be very happy. Here is another tea called cinnamon or clove tea. So in a glass of water, add 1 inch stick of cinnamon, 2-3 cloves, 2-3-4 peppercorns, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and boil this water for a few minutes. And then turn the heat off and strain that water, strain the tea, and add 1 tablespoon honey before drinking. Never heat the honey. Add honey just before drinking. So these two teas are very, very beneficial. Again, why these? Because they have warming effect on the body. And that's why. How much does it cost? It will cost you the penny. But the benefits, and hundreds of dollars. Simple things. But here again, what Ayurveda is doing, वृद्धि समानैः सर्वेषां विपरीतैः विपर्ययः. Like increase like, opposite balance each other. So I'm telling you everything that is opposite to kapha qualities, so you can prevent your allergies or manage your allergies also. Here are some home remedies. Ginger is called Vishwa Bheshaja, and it is one of the most important herb in Ayurveda. Vishwa Bheshaja, that is the universal medicine. Ginger works for most of the systems. Ginger is good for congestion. Ginger is good to strengthen your agni. Ginger is natural analgesic, so good for arthritis. If you have foggy mind and brain fog and all, ginger is excellent to take care of this. So ginger powder, here I'm talking about fresh ginger, but mostly ginger powder. Shunthi, we call that in Sanskrit. So that is very, very beneficial. So try this, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger or pippali. In Gujarat, it is called ganthoda. And both these powders are available in Indian store. So take 1/4 teaspoon of ginger or pippali powder with honey in the morning and evening. So you can add half teaspoon of honey or something in it. And why morning, evening? Because that is kapha time. Same way, tulsi. Tulsi also is excellent for all the allergies. Turmeric. Turmeric has, again, like a ginger. You name it, and turmeric has the quality to take care of any of these doshas. So, Sito Paladi Churli. It is also the very popular Ayurvedic combination of different herbs in this, and that is beneficial for allergies, congestion, especially for cough. 1/4 teaspoon in the morning and evening, same like ginger or pippali. Then use a clove after breakfast and dinner as a mouth freshener, because clove is very hot. If you keep it in the mouth and don't chew and swallow, just suck the juices, keep that in your mouth for 2-3 hours, and afterwards you can chew and swallow. Later on, the clove become, you start tasting it sweet. But clove being uh, hey, pungent or hot in taste, it will just take care of your upper respiratory, or lots of people complain about post nasal drip. Clove is excellent for that. You can just use 1 clove in the morning, 1 clove in the evening, again kapha time, and that will be very, very beneficial for you. Gargle with salt and turmeric in warm water, because here salt also has some fire in it. So with the turmeric, salt works better and it kind of clears your throat, and you will be able to breathe better and feel better. Use the heating pad on the chest. If your chest is congested, again, heating pad is drying. So instead of using moist heat, I will strongly recommend use the heating pad. So it will dissolve all that sticky mucus. So you will be able to spit it out. Then apply ginger paste on the forehead. Again, this is tremendously beneficial remedy. You can take 1 teaspoon of ginger powder, add 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons water, and cook it on low heat. It becomes pasty. And when that is done, with your finger, apply that paste on your forehead if you have congestive headache. And you will see within few minutes, your headache will disappear. Because why? Again, the ginger is very hot in nature. It is pungent in nature. It is heating and it is drying. So exactly opposite to kapha qualities. So here are some home remedies along with teas and along with the food. But food is most important because most of the time wrong foods cause the disease and right foods treat the disease. And I told you what is right and wrong based on each season. So what you have to remember, mainly increased kapha dosha is the culprit Ayurvedically for spring allergies. So keeping kapha dosha into balance by incorporating warm, dry and light qualities in diet and lifestyle. It is very exactly opposite to balance those kapha qualities. This season is to spice up your life. So if you do this, you will definitely notice the difference. I have helped thousands of my clients for more than 40 years and they were very, very happy following this regimen, and I will strongly recommend you also do the same. So once you do that, once you prevent your allergies and as you change with the season, so you can enjoy April showers and May flowers. So you can enjoy this instead of getting all those allergy symptoms. Okay, that's what I wanted to share with you all. So now I will stop sharing. Okay, so Manjiri, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so do we have any questions in chat?
Yes, there are. Should I start with the earliest one?
Yeah, start with the first one. So
Okay. Let me make it bigger.
go in chat so you will be able to.
Yes, just
You see those?
oh, yeah, I'm making it bigger. Chat part.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. I'm seeing some questions here. Can you give some tips how to prevent hair falling? That is not really topic of today's discussion. So maybe I will talk about that little later. Beautiful illustration in the Guna slide. Thank you very much. And when should we? Do you see those questions, Manjiri?
I think
Yes,
the
I
first
found a
first
question.
question was please let me
Okay.
know how to take Trifala Google, Giloy and Gudichi before or after or along with the food. I think that
Okay,
was the
take
first
Triphala
question.
Gugul always after the food because Gugulu is very heating herb. So I want you to have some food in your system. Don't take it on empty stomach. And Giloy, you can take it anytime. Giloy is tridoshik. So you can use it you can take it in the morning or you can take it at bedtime. Either is fine.
So Giloy we should take with food or
No,
we can
Giloy you can combine with ghee or Giloy because it is very bitter in taste. Or you can just take it 1/4 teaspoon with water. That is fine too. But
and we
don't
can
combine with the food.
and we can take any time, not after food
Yes,
or any. Is there a
yes,
room?
yes, yes.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
I see a question here. I think
Hmm.
it is related to what you said about yogurt. So the question is
Okay.
buttermilk okay?
Huh. Yes,
So,
it's always people confused with this. When you add double the amount of water and churn that yogurt, the qualities change were kind of immediately. And buttermilk, you can drink it, you can add some hing in that, you can add little bit fresh ginger root in that and make it more spicy. And you can drink buttermilk and drink it after your lunchtime. Don't drink in the morning because morning again is kapha time, but you can drink glass of buttermilk at the end of your lunch, end of your meal. And that is very beneficial. It is excellent for your improving your digestion and assimilation.
Excellent. There is one question. What
Hmm?
foods are rough to be opposite of sticky?
Okay, what foods are rough? Like anything drying that is rough
Mhm.
in nature. Like for example, somebody asked me the gugulu. Gugulu is exactly rough in nature, and that's what it reduces cholesterol. So anything that is kind of more drying, Ayurvedically, it is rough. So we always recommend to add less water in the food so it becomes kind of drying and rough.
Next question is, I have been dealing with non-stop sneezing throughout the year, especially during the spring. I have tried everything, sprays, tablets, steam, kadha, turmeric milk, but nothing works. Do you have any suggestion on what I should do?
Okay. Again, let me point this that mainly when I said that people get allergies during springtime, but when those allergies become chronic, then people get it throughout the year. Their kapha dosha has imbalanced so much that it doesn't matter what season it is. And that's what people with chronic allergies suffer from these kind of things throughout the year, but they get worse during springtime. So, have you tried that Nasya oil, that Anu oil? Anu oil will help you to open up your sinuses because it is very heating in nature and that benefits many people. And I have excellent herbal formulas also for this one called Allergon, one called Pinasari and all. So, those herbs help a lot. So, if you have tried many things, then definitely give me a call. And as always, I forget to show you my last slide which I'm going to do it again. 1 minute. I always forget that.
Okay,
1 minute. 1 minute.
you will get back.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is my contact number. This is my phone number 469-763-8500. Or you can send me the email at info@dfwveda.com. Okay. Please take a picture or write this down. So you can, anybody wants to contact me, you can do it. Okay.
Okay. The next question, it says in winter or in spring season, uh, cold water rinse bath after warm bath, is it advisable or not? So it says, please
I didn't
advise.
understand the question.
Okay, I will read the exact sentence then. No
Yeah.
cold water rinse bath after warm bath in winter or spring season? Question mark. Please
I
advise.
would strongly recommend do warm, definitely warm bath. In winter, you can even take hot bath. Hot water temperature should be more because wow, yes, during winter time, vata dosha is very drying and it is very very cold. That's why warm water, hot water feels really good during winter time. And springtime, the temperature can be little low, but it should be always warm. Don't take it cold.
Okay. Next is, what are the components in the anu oil?
Oh, okay. The components are mainly, as I said, it's the pungent herbs. Like it had ginger in it and it has some bitter herbs. Right now, it's not kind of, I don't remember, but I create that oil and there are 5 or 6 different herbs which are very bitter and pungent in nature and they're cured in sesame oil. And you can put the only 5 drops of that in both nostrils in the morning and evening. That helps a lot.
Okay. Next is
Hmm.
the kapha lowering diet recommendations that you did. Are
Hmm.
they good for diabetes type 2?
Okay, it's a good question also. Again, what grains you use for diabetes will change, but the qualities will be good for even in diabetes. You can use different kind of grains. Like uh, barley is the lowest glycemic index. You can use bajra, you can use quinoa, you can have variety of grains which are lower in glycemic index, but quality is always remember in Ayurvedic, whatever qualities I mentioned, they will be beneficial for diabetes also. Okay. So mainly Ayurveda is always concerned about the qualities or the gunas in any food.
Okay. Next is cinnamon clove tea. Can we use jaggery instead of honey?
You can use, but honey has a special effect of balancing kapha dosha. Jaggery is only sweet, but honey has astringent taste in it. And that astringent taste is drying taste. And that's what it is better to use in any herbal tea during springtime. It's not
The
only for
next
the sweetener. Honey is not only sweet, but honey has medicinal quality to balance kapha dosha, which is, honey is astringent also. So even honey is sweet, but it helps to lose weight. Lot of people drink honey water in the morning that helps to reduce kapha dosha and the weight. Yeah.
next question, I think it was about chewing cloves while you were telling about that. Are
Hmm.
cloves okay to take regularly if someone has tendency for hypertension?
Okay, remember what I said? Keep one clove in your mouth and just suck the juices. You don't have to eat like 5 or 6 cloves. It will become tremendously heating. Okay, keep only one clove for 3 4 hours in your mouth and then chew and swallow. But only one clove, 2 cloves per day. If you are congested, then one clove in the morning, one in the evening. Don't go overboard.
Okay. There is one question about a teenager. My
Hmm.
son is 13.
Hmm.
In the time of spring, he has congestion and breathing with the mouth.
Yeah.
So it's so congested that he breathes with the mouth. How do
Yes.
I solve this problem?
First look at what he is eating. That is more important. What he is wearing, what he is drinking. He may be doing everything wrong to this season. So then change that, try to help him. Maybe what you can do, ask him to put one hand in hot water and one hand in cold water, and what makes him feel better. He will definitely say, oh, in warm water feels good. Then tell him what goes inside also is better for your body. So start drinking warm water, you will feel better. And if you flavor the water or give them these teas, don't call it herbal tea or medicine, but if you give them that this flavored warm water, they will drink it more than just plain warm water because they always want to flavor it with something.
Okay. Uh, Next is any remedy for eye allergies?
Okay, that depends on what kind of allergies do you have, but it is more related to like a watery eyes, your eyes become very red during springtime. Then use all these things which I mentioned and maybe put a drop of ghee in your eyes because eyes is a seat of fire element. So I won't recommend put any ginger or anything, but it's ghee will be better for even for the eyes allergies.
Next is khichdi good to eat? Which kind of lentil or dal is better for this season?
Okay. Yes, it's a good question. Moong dal is tridoshik. Moong dal is good. But if you add lentil dal, that is dal, then it is more drying. So if you are really congested, then making your khichdi, I would recommend you to use lentil dal because it is even drier than the moong dal. But make sure you are not constipated.
Okay, the next is my palm and foot are very warm, but I face from cold or sardi and feel cold. So what could be the solution for this?
And I would just recommend that massage your palms and soles of the feet with coconut oil, but use all these therapies. If you feel cold and if you get more congestion, then don't use anything cold, but just massage your soles of the feet with coconut oil. That will help.
Uh, the next question is how to keep the neti water sterile. Rolling boil for a minute is recommended, but how to achieve that with a thermostat controlled electric kettle? I noticed that the kettle shuts off and the rolling boil does not go above 50 seconds.
Then you can just boil water in the pot on the
Yes.
stove and boil it for few minutes, then make it lukewarm and just tiny pinch of salt, because saline water is 0.9% of the salt. So tiny pinch of sea salt, if you add in that water, 1 cup of water, that will become saline water. Don't make it very salty, otherwise it will irritate your nostrils.
Okay, one more question about Anu oil, I think. Which
Mhm.
brand of Anu oil to be used?
Which brand? Here in US, there is one company called Banyan Botanical. They sell it, and I also have it in my office. So if you want it, you can call my office number or email me, and you can buy it from me.
Okay, next is I get cough in throat every morning, but when I went to doctor, he checked and my lungs are clear. So why do I get cough in throat and it does not get out?
Because this mucus or this cough is very sticky, as I mentioned. So you need to liquefy that with warm water, ginger tea, and that will happen. And then you can clear the throat. From the nose onwards is your whole respiratory system. You may have the problem only your upper respiratory problem. So if you really gargle with salt and turmeric water, turmeric tea, that will also help you to clear your throat and get rid of that excess sticky mucus.
Okay, one question is whether avocado is okay.
If avocado is also kind of sticky and all, but if you add some green chili in that, then it becomes hot, and then you can use it on your
हा?
sandwich.
नाही
So done, Manjari?
And there are questions. No, I thought somebody was
टी
talking. I
शर्ट
was
आहे ना
Hmm?
पांढरा
Shall I go to
Okay,
the
if
next
you
question?
anybody has a question, just write it in the chat. So I will just answer all your questions sequentially. Okay? Go ahead,
ए
Manjari.
ह्याचा आवाज का नाही हे झाला
Manjari?
Okay. Whenever I took head bath, I'm getting headache and ear pain.
तूने ह्याचा आवाज का
When
नाही
you
गेला
take, then I can hear you. Hello?
Okay.
Do you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. So,
Shall I repeat the question?
you
No,
get no you get
you got it.
that person get the headache, no? After
Mhm.
taking the head bath.
And ear pain.
Maybe you use more warm water and put like few drops of warm sesame oil in both the ears, because our ears, the middle ear is related to the throat through the eustachian tube, and if you have sore throat, then that infection reaches your middle ear and you may get ear pain. Or in children, many times they have this ear pain and doctors put the tube in that in the membrane. So if you use this warm sesame oil, that will help to reduce your ear pain.
Okay. Next question is What's the effect of packaged coconut oil on cough or allergies? And what's the effect of high cocoa dark chocolate?
Okay. Coconut is cooling in nature. So kapha dosha, we don't recommend coconut oil. We recommend sesame oil because sesame is warming in nature.
No,
And
it's
dark chocolate is,
he's talking about coconut
That's
water.
water, not oil.
but coconut water also is cooling in nature.
Yes.
So I won't recommend that during summer, springtime. Coconut water is ideal during summertime to cool your body down in the heat. And dark chocolate, if you have one piece of dark chocolate, it's not bad because it is very bitter in taste. And bitter taste is better for kapha dosha because it is light. So I'm not
Yes.
telling everybody if you're not eating chocolate, go ahead and start eating. I'm not saying that, but if you want to eat, then bitter chocolate is better.
Okay. Next is paper okay for pitta prakriti? Is it tridoshak?
Yes, black pepper is not bad for pitta. It is good for pitta. Only don't go overboard. You can just sprinkle a little bit on your food and that is good. And also remember what happens even if you have pitta dosha. Sometimes your sour taste aggravates your pitta dosha. In those cases, black pepper is ideal. Even ginger powder also helps many times to take care of this acid, the amla pitta or the acidity we talk about. And maybe next time I will talk about heartburn, acid reflux, and all that, and how Ayurveda looks at it. And you will see how ginger or black pepper is beneficial in those cases also.
Okay, the next question, it says, can you please show the last slide? Must be about your contact. Was it
Okay, okay. I'll
once more?
share it one more time. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Write down my phone number and write down my email address. info@dfwveda.com and number is 469-763-8500. Yeah.
Then again, there is a question about what is anu oil?
Okay,
Repeat
anu
your.
oil is the pungent oil. It is beneficial for congestion. And if your nose is congested, if it is blocked and all, that is very beneficial. Only 4 to 5 drops in both the nostrils in the morning will clear your nasal passage so you will be able to breathe better. It is very, very beneficial.
Uh, next, next question. Whenever I am eating, I am getting high cough. So please suggest. So after eating, getting cough.
If you are getting cough, maybe it is a dry cough. And if your food is very, very dry, I would recommend, generally during meals, I don't recommend to drink plenty of water. But maybe you can take few sips. And if it is really dry cough, then make sure your food is not very drying. It should be a little bit moist. So you will be able to swallow and you won't cough.
Okay. After that, there are two of the people requesting that please share the recording and the PowerPoint. Uh,
Yes, I will
please.
send you the recording if you email me because I don't know how to get the list of all the attendees. I will see if I can get that. But if you are interested, then email me at info@dfwveda.com and I will forward you the link maybe tomorrow or day after downloading. And I do that about all the presentations. So if you are interested, send me the email.
Okay, the next question is, would you recommend soaking your feet in warm water that has Epsom salt, camphor, baking soda, etc. for muscle pain in legs?
Yes, for muscle pain, it will be good. You can definitely do that. And it is good for even your eyes also. If you have burning eyes, sensitive eyes, your eyes become very red and all, you can do that too. Because in our subtle body, our eyes and feet are connected. Our eyes is the sense organ and our feet is the organ of action. Let's go see. If you want to see something, you have to go there. That means you use the feet. And I was working with one ophthalmologist, and he said whenever people have injury to the eye, he always complained about some injury to his feet. It's so fascinating to see all these connections in our subtle body.
Okay, there is one question. Is eating tamarind good for you? So must be related to spring season.
Yes, but again, tamarind is sour in taste. So don't go overboard. You can have just a little, but tamarind aggravates kapha dosha and also aggravates pitta dosha. So don't add too much. Just a little bit is okay.
Next one. My son has red itchy eyes due to allergy. Please suggest eye drops or food remedies.
I recommended put a drop of homemade ghee in the eyes at night, and you will see those itchy eyes will be relieved with that. And main thing, you have to take care of all this sore throat and congestion symptoms with all the remedies I recommended.
Okay, the next question, I actually didn't get it properly. I will read it. Uh, what dyes soaking feet in warm water really dyes?
He
Share
means
the
does.
mechanism.
It's does.
Yeah, typo it must be. What does soaking feet in warm water really does?
Okay,
Share the
what it
mechanism.
does.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Mainly
both.
for any remember any muscle and all, if you are exercising a lot, if you are walking a lot, the muscles become very kind of dry and muscles get relaxed with warm water. But even before soaking your feet in warm water, I will recommend it massage gently with sesame oil and all, and then soak it in warm water, because Ayurvedically it's Snehana and Svedana. Snehana is the oil massage and Svedana is the steam. So if you want to soak the water in warm water, then massage for a few minutes and then soak, and you will really see your legs will be so relaxed and they will be more flexible. I always recommend, I met one friend yesterday and he was telling me his daughter is in the track. Then I told him before her track, always massage her whole body and especially legs with warm sesame oil, and she will see tremendous benefits of that. Because when the muscles are acting, they become kind of heat increases and dryness increases, and that's what, when you massage it with the oil even before, they are well lubricated and then they function better.
There is one question. Is anu oil good for kids as well?
Yes, you can use 1 or 2 drops if they are young. Use one or two
Mhm.
drops, and you can always make it a little bit milder with adding more warm, hey, plain sesame oil.
Okay. Next is what's the effect of drinking warm milk with cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, honey, and turmeric mixer?
No, I mentioned that in water. Boil that in water, not in milk. But again, if you want to drink milk and if you add pinch of ginger powder in that or turmeric, that will help, because this pungent taste in turmeric and ginger helps to balance the sweet quality of milk. And always drink warm milk. Never drink cold milk.
The next question, I really like this question. Uh, how would you know which dosha you have?
Okay, and I'm going to talk about that Prakriti, and I'm going to have kind of give you the clear indication of how to know your own Prakriti. And if you're curious, then give me a call. We can do consultation, and I will tell you what your predominant dosha is. But I'm going to talk about Prakriti more in details.
This question is,
I
what
always
if
tell people it is written on your forehead. We just read that. Because your every feature, your every action, the way you talk, the way you think, your all the likes, dislikes, everything is telling us what Prakriti you have.
yes, okay. Uh, the next question is, what if you are suffering from some springtime allergies, but are predominantly Vata dosha in general and have Vata out of balance? How do you balance the allergy recommendations?
Okay. If you have Vata also is out of balance, then I will recommend take care of your Vata dosha, bring it down. So your Kapha dosha, your symptoms of allergy will also get better. Because these doshas, when they aggravate a lot, they push other doshas out of their sight. So if your vata is so out of balance that you have symptoms related to kapha dosha, then take care of your vata dosha first. And those are kind of the inside, it's you need more in-depth knowledge of Ayurveda to take care of these issues.
Uh, Next question is, where to buy sesame oil and can we heat it on gas stove?
Yeah, I would recommend if you don't directly heat the oil, but keep the bottle in hot water. If you go Google it or go to Amazon and you will see many companies selling organic sesame oil, fresh pressed and all that. So you can buy that oil and keep the bottle in the hot water. But don't directly heat that oil because if you keep it little bit longer, then it will start smoking. I don't want that to happen. And make sure it is lukewarm. It's not very hot.
Yes. Next is, I think this is the last question.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
what I was asking. How many questions are there?
yeah, this is the last one. How often should you get body massage and does it help?
Okay. Again, it's a good question. In Ayurveda, we use the term that depends. What season it is, that depends on how often you do it. In fall, early winter, you do it more often. During springtime, you don't need, maybe once in 2 weeks or so is enough. Even during summertime, if you are sweating a lot and all, you don't need it much. But in fall and early winter, take it more frequently. And again, if your prakriti is more vata, then you need that oil more often. If your kapha dosha, as a matter of fact, you will be surprised. But in kapha people, we use just a little oil, but we use ginger powder or we use different pungent herbs mixed with sesame oil to massage them. So their body feels little warm and body feels so much lighter. So it's not only sesame oil, but we use like ginger powder or some powders which are heating in nature and they like it so much.
Okay, I said it was last question, but one more popped up. Uh,
Okay.
which spices are tridoshik?
Which spices are tridoshik? Like cumin seed, coriander seeds are kind of tridoshik. Fennel seeds, that is body shape and all, those are tridoshik, which are not very heating. But if you use just chili flakes also in less quantity, it is good to strengthen your Agni, and Agni will help to improve your digestion and keep all the systems better. But this mild cooling, even black pepper also in less amount is also good in kind of good for all the three doshas.
Okay, that was the last question in the chat box. I hope I did not miss any question. So over to you.
Okay, so this is the last chance. If anybody has any question, you can raise your hand. And I think everybody got all their questions answered. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
namaste.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
doctor.
you. I hope
Thank
you
you.
learned something
Thank
new.
you.
And we will keep on learning and doing all the things so you can take care of your health. And thank you
Thank you
and
so
see you
much.
next month. Have a
Yeah,
good day.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much.
you.
It was
Bye.
excellent.
Thank you.
so much. When is the next month session? When is the next month session?
Every fourth Sunday of the month at 4 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr. Apte.
Thank you, Dr. Apte. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
help me to
Thank you,
spread
thank you.
Ayurveda around. So tell your friends about this seminar and ask them to send me the email so I can put it in the database. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Chalo,
everybody.
bye.
Thank
And
you.
Bye.
Manjari,
Thank you.
thank you very much for
My
helping me.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Very informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.